It's a Rex Arthur Show, the LGBTQ channel that discusses LGBTQ issues with an LGBTQ approach and humanistic approach and an LGBTQ perspective in an LGBTQ plus planet. And today, I didn't expect to do this video. I forgot to put it in the news when we were doing the news, but I've seen it relevant and very important to discuss it. And it's just like it's an emergency. The world is meeting in Poland to discuss about climate change. And we also decided to put a video to give our views. As I told you, one of the changes we've made in Rex Arthur channel is to discuss science. And the hottest subject in science right now is not even sex. It is climate change. And it's very important for us to focus on the biggest problems we face in the world rather than other problems. Of course, it's not that the other problems don't exist. Please don't get me wrong. We still have to discuss about political problems. We have to discuss about social problems. We have to discuss about, and everybody is discussing about every problem that can be discussed about. But right now, the biggest priority is the climate change, because climate change means everything changes. I'm here to do the philosophical video about time. As I told you, time is everything. I even want to go to the extent of saying time is God. Because what is climate change? Change is an event in time. Even time is moving. Time is changing right now as I speak. 3 minutes have passed. About 3 minutes, 2 minutes have passed. And that means the time has changed from 1 minute or less than a minute to 3 minutes. And it will change to 4 minutes, to 5 minutes, to 6 minutes, to 7 minutes, to 8 minutes, depending on how many times it is. So you have to understand that time changes, and we change with time, and things change with time. And the sun is a timed object. The moon is a timed object. The earth is a timed object. Why have we discovered these things are timed objects? It's because there is a regular pattern of seasons and years. That's why climate is the collection of data over a long period of time, what do we call it? Weather conditions over a long period of time, whereas weather data is over a short period of time. So you see, time is very important. So the issue of climate change is an issue of time. And that means because there's climate change, the times are changing. And it takes people who have really understood the world to know why it's very important. It even affects politics. You know, I remember Prince Charles talked about it, and I was impressed by his idea. And he said the problem that was happening in Syria is due to climate change. And at first, some people laughed. You know, sometimes people like making fun of Prince Charles just for the sake, you know, because it's not so popular. But when you really sit down and think of what he said, it is very true. Because if you notice the wars in the Middle East, the problem in the Middle East is lack of water. Did you see what happened in Yemen? Do you know why there's war? They've had drought. And in the drought, what do they get? Cholera. People have died of cholera in Yemen, apart from dying from the missiles from Saudi Arabia. So a lot of things are happening politically because of climate change. Who knows? Maybe people are becoming right wing because of climate change. Yeah. Because again, the connection between right wing and climate change is that when they see the climate going crazy, some of these people, when they are very religious, they will believe the world is coming to an end. So Jesus is coming soon because Jesus already said, if you read the prophecies of Jesus, he said at the end of the world, there will be a lot of climatic chaos. And he even predicted the sun will lose its light, it will switch off the lights, and the moon will turn into blood. Of course, people have said that is the blood moon that we are always seeing every time. But who knows, even the blood moons, they could be appearing because the climate has changed to such an extent that we are going to have more blood moons, and then we're going to have more, but mostly climate change affects the earth. And the reason why it affects the earth than more planets is because of water. We have water. So the water, earth is a different planet because it has a lot of water. And this water sometimes is destructive through hurricanes and then also poisonous waters, and some waters in the sea we can't drink and all of that. So we have to be very, very careful. And so I'm very happy the world is meeting in Poland, and we are going to take it this week. As I told you, every day we're reading science. So because there's a climate change conference, we are going to read climate science this whole week. And we will come and do a recap of what has happened in Poland, and we'll discuss it and analyze it and give the way forward, our ideas. Because like right now people are trying to say to shut down the sun. You can't shut down the sun. The best idea in my view to deal with climate change right now is to build a layer, if possible even create a lot of rain. Yes, to create a lot of rain, because cloud cover protects the atmosphere. When you go out at night, if you don't see clouds, you will see space. But when there's clouds in the air, you don't see space. These clouds act as a blockage from the spatial atmosphere. And so, in my view, I think we should create a way of making sure there's enough cloud cover every night and every day, so that there's a cooling effect. You know, the clouds are like umbrellas and they cool the earth. So if we can find a way of creating clouds, and proper clouds, not acid clouds that have been caused by, the reason why there's even acid rain is because the acid from the factories goes up in the air through the smoke and comes back on the ground as acid rain. So there are very many things we are watching the climate summit. Let's watch it online. Let's listen to what people are saying. Let's listen to the naysayers and those who are supporting the need for urgency. And then we're going to come at the end, maybe most probably next week, and we will discuss what was discussed in Poland. So keep your eyes, all this video is all about. Please watch what's happening in Poland. This is the best time for you to understand climate science if you do not understand it. And that way you will help yourself to know the world you live in, because things are happening at a very fast rate. Even some people who are very skeptical think we're too late and time is beating us. UN gave us 12 years, and I'm very happy countries have started now. They should leave that Poland with an action plan for next year. Then have another summit and leave it, so that in 12 years, there are 12 action plans that can come back. In the next meeting, they say, in December 2018, we decided this. Now it's December 2019. Did we do what we said? And what was the impact? What was the effect? Yes, it's emergency funding, emergency energy, like even what Qatar has done. You see, it has left OPEC to focus on gas, because gas is is less toxic than fossil fuels. So who knows? Maybe we may really have to drastically change the whole economy of the world by relying on other energy sources. And see, another thing I was telling somebody today, we try out things. We need to be experimenters. We need to be scientists. Countries need to be scientists. Yes, Brazil needs to be a scientist as a country and experiment that if we don't use, like in Brazil, I think there was a time they didn't use fossil oil. They were using the stalks of maize and they crushed the maize stalk to get oil. And when they did that, they tried to fuel cars with that maize oil. And that's a very good idea. So we should also try out new energy forms. If it's electric cars, let's go electric cars. Mercedes-Benz should try and see, can they power an electric Mercedes-Benz? No need of fuel. I know there are big oil companies, but these oil companies can switch to electrical cars and convert their companies rather than fold them up because they won't be dealing with oil. Same to Royal Dutch Shell. They don't have to stop using oil. All they do is convert the oil energy into clean energy. And we create vehicles that are cleaner. And we see the impact. If it saves the world. Because right now, if every year we are increasing, we are doing activities that will destroy the climate, the planet, then we are lying to ourselves that we are actually saving the planet, because it's like pouring water into a bucket that has holes and thinking the bucket will be full. It won't be full because we are fooling ourselves by pouring water in a hold bucket. Okay guys, that's enough. Nothing much to talk about, just to tell you, keep your eyes open and your ears open and study climate science. As I said, every day we are reading science. So for this week, read climate science every day. Thank you.